Today I'm going to tell you how you can smash without having any tennis experience. Okay, let's go. The smash might be very difficult for you if you haven't played any tennis at all. Maybe it's very hard for you to generate some power with the smash. The reason that you don't have any power in your smash is because you want it too much and your technique is not fluent enough. So I'm going to give you some tips to smash harder by using the correct technique. We are in Noordwijk in Vinkenveld and we're going to start right now. Bam. Oké. Ah, lekker boelie! And we have sales on justpadel.com.
I like it.
You like it? Good match. We're going to start with the grip. So many players not coming from tennis are probably in the Eastern forehand grip when they smash. So your smash probably looks a little bit like this. And you can have some decent power, but it's not really possible to get the ball back to your own side. So playing in the forehand grip, the Eastern forehand grip, this technique is perfect for that grip. The only thing with the Eastern forehand grip, it is too difficult to get the ball back to your own side because your technique is too small. When you play in the continental grip, your technique can look more like this because with the forehand grip, you don't pronate. So this is a motion that you cannot do. So you're limited to this motion, and with the continental grip, you can do that motion, which generates way more power because the technique is longer. So what is the continental grip? The continental grip is having your pink mouse on the top of your racket. So the V line, this is on the left side of the frame. This will help me to pronate. So this motion is possible with this grip. If I change to forehand grip, there is no motion in my wrist and this is gonna decrease the speed of the ball. Okay, now with the continental grip, and it's going back quite easily. I did not really use power now. These are not super new balls, but it's quite easy to get them back to my side using the continental grip. Changing the grip is going to feel really, really strange. So you need to get used to that. So changing the grip is very complicated and it's not easy and it's going to take some time. So maybe 6 months and you need to play twice a week. Otherwise you will not learn the continental grip. So if you don't play enough paddle, don't change your grip. If you feel like you're too old to learn, which I don't believe is possible, because everybody can learn, don't change the grip because it will take away your happiness from the paddle court. Tip number 2 is holding the racket lower. Many players, they hold the racket quite high with the smash and you cannot have a loose wrist and a loose arm with the high grip. Also the grip where you put your thumb over your other fingers is a terrible idea because you cannot really relax your arm and the smash is something that you need to relax in. So what I would recommend is the continental grip and to hold it lower on the grip, and the better you are, the lower you can have it, but have some space here for more power. The racket. Many players are playing with a racket that is way too complicated for them. We have to talk about it. So many of you are choosing the power of your smash in the wrong area, that you think you need a racket for the smash, like to get a metal bone heart or a Viper. Don't. If you have no tennis experience, stop playing with these rackets. These are good rackets if you are coming from tennis. So a harder racket will not necessarily create more power. So these are like very hard rackets, one of the hardest on the market, and they have a medium rubber, so they're gonna destroy your arm if you don't have enough paddle experience, and they will not give you extra power. So some rackets have a softer core. For instance, this is a metal bone team, which has glass fiber, it's very soft, is very easy to generate speed if you don't have a quick arm, or the El Jefe from Tactical, which is kind of a harder racket, but the foam and the EVA, the rubber that they use, is very soft. So then you have more control with your smash. So I'm gonna smash with all 4 of these. So now I'm gonna smash with the Metal Bone Team. This is a head-heavy racket, so the balance is in the top, which yeah, is not something that I would recommend to you, but let's check it out. Okay, so with the Metal Bone Team, the ball came here. So this is the Metal Bone Hard. Push. This one had a harder sound, but the ball came here. So you have more power with a harder racket, but I have tennis experience. The Viper from Babolat, 16K carbon. Oof. So that was actually like the same as the Adidas racket. Not so different. So the Adidas Metal Bone Hard is winning now. I'm gonna do one with my own racket. This is with a softer core. The racket is older, so I'm not sure if it's completely correct. Further. Okay, well this is the, and it's softer because it's an older racket. So yeah, does it really matter, the racket? Because do you feel like, guys, this is the difference is massive. Because with older rackets I could get the ball over the net. And with a racket that is softer, but with carbon, I got further with the EVA soft core. With the medium core, with the Metal Bone, with the medium EVA, I also got really far. I felt like it was more powerful. And with these rackets, with the Babolat, which is very hard racket, the Viper, did not go like so far in comparison to the Metal Bone Team. And the Metal Bone Team also head heavy and is a soft core. I think it's fiberglass, but it doesn't say it on the racket. It's with a soft core. The Babolat is a very strong racket, but like this hardness doesn't necessarily generate more power. And also, if we talk about the shape, this is the El Jefe is the racket which is the more round, which gives me a bigger sweet spot. So this gave me a bigger chance of getting the ball further, because there is a bigger chance that I hit the ball in the sweet spot, which is bigger. And if we're going to talk about you as a non-tennis player, the sweet spot is very important. So if you have a shape like this, the sweet spot is high in a racket and it's smaller. So you need to hit the ball here. So if you have trouble getting the ball back to your own side, let's start on hitting the ball in the sweet spot first, which is more complicated with one of these. This is like a bigger sweet spot because it's a bigger racket, but it's still diamond, so it's still gonna be more challenging to get the ball going. This is something only for ex-tennis players. Like this is a rounder racket. It's not super round. You also have over round rackets, which are good, but the sweet spot is like very big, it's everywhere. So this will help you with the power. And if you choose a racket with carbon but with a soft core, you are gonna get your best smash. If you are a beginner, you don't need to work on your smash, because playing a shot that you get a smash is more important. By the way, if you need any help with selecting a racket, I'm doing a lot of racket tests on my Instagram with justpadel.com. I do reviews of 1 minute. But if you need any help selecting a racket, send me a message by explaining how long you've been playing padel, what you're looking for in a racket, and I will find a racket that suits you. And this can be any brand, but mostly the rackets that we have in the Just Padel store, which is nearly everything. Not dropping the racket, tip number 4, and this is something that people don't do if they are not coming from tennis. So if you want to learn the smash, what I would recommend is to toss the ball up for yourself, which is not easy to do, I understand. Keep the racket down and try to smash in that way, because you need to learn getting the racket from behind your neck. You can also do this against the glass, so getting your racket there and then practice to put it in your neck. And then smash. This is a great way to do it, and it's easier than tossing up the ball. What I would recommend when you're getting the smash is to wait with the racket early on in this position, and then just before you hit, you go here and you go up. That's how you get faster with the smash. The general rule is the 90-90 rule. So you keep your racket however you want it, but it's 90 degrees here, 90 degrees there, and then from there you go from the top down to top up. So 90-90, not here, you get no power. From this position, and then it's powerful. When you're not coming from tennis, it's completely logical to be in this position. So the next tip is turn your body. Many non-tennis players will be in the forehand grip and smashing in this way. If you're coming from volleyball, for instance, this is something that you would do. You will not be here. If you're coming from basketball, any sports where you be in this position, this is completely normal, because if you're coming from another sport where being to the net in this position, like badminton, it's very logical that you're going to smash in that way. So, okay, full power, chest forwards. I'm trying really hard, cannot get the ball back. Sideways, so my left shoulder aiming to the glass, I have way more power. So this is a massive difference. Imagine that your swing starts from your elbow in this position, instead of having your elbow here and then go forwards. It's a very short swing. This is why you get injured, because the swing is too short. Make your swing longer because you want to smash harder. The wrist. We have to talk about the wrist. Many people, they really like using their wrist, and you can, but don't use your wrist more than any other part. So this also generally comes from having the elbow here, your chest here, because you need to do a lot of extra stuff to generate the power. So the most speed comes from the hip. Why does it come from the hip? Because it charges all of your other muscles. So if you're having the hip fast, the arm and the rest will go. If you stay here, it takes a lot of strength to play harder. So now I did not use any power. Let's say I'm turning my body, but I'm not using my hip. So I'm going to be in this position, for instance. I will have less torso action, torsi, which we call it. Way less power, way more strength. If I put my left foot forwards, I can use my hip. And then my right foot, when I am about to hit the ball, should go into this golf action. From this position, you can already hear it in the sound. The racket speed and the ball speed improved a lot. So even though I'm rotated, but I'm forced here, this is my power, costs me a lot of strength, so I feel it in my arm. If I do it in this way, it just feels so relaxed, and all of my muscles work together. If your left foot is towards the fence, you will use your wrist a lot, you'll use only your arm. And that's gonna be very challenging not to get injured. So there is one more tip as a bonus tip that I want to give you, is the cartwheel effect. So if you really want to play faster, you should do this motion. You can get 10 to 15% more power using that. So if you are in this way, your smash tends to be quite low bounce. So if you are in this way, it's very difficult to get the ball high over the net. So this is probably where you're struggling. If you go in this motion, you can get on top of the ball, let the ball bounce higher and the ball will come back. It's a big difference. That was your extra bonus tip for you, because you stick to the end of the video. And 70% of the people are not subscribed. So it will mean a lot if you can subscribe to us, because we really would like to reach 80,000 subscribers at the end of the year. So we have to grow faster for that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Hasta luego. Ciao. Adios.